What it is, yo, what's up? What's up, guys? This is your boy, the Badwolf, kind of shooting an impromptu video. Um, this particular video is going to be what does the Secretary of State do? Are you ready? All right, so before we get going, make sure you hit that bell, like, subscribe, and here, let's get some light going. Whoa, bright once again. Oh my, there we go. All right, that's a little bit better. All right, so once again, what does the Secretary of State do? Let's check it out, shall we? Oh, I'm not going to proceed until you click that like or subscribe. No, go ahead, I got time. Don't worry about it. All right, appreciate you. All right, so that being said, okay, so here it says, if you're starting a business, you've likely heard of the Secretary of State. Okay, so the Secretary for your particular state. What is the Secretary of State? Why is the office so important for business formation? Find out how. Okay, so the Secretary of State has different roles at the state and federal level. Okay, so the United States, so different than your Secretary of State. It's I guess they looked at differently. You've got your Secretary of State and then the United States Secretary of State. So this one does state and federal level. This one does federal, but then also governs over state. So it's kind of a weird thing. But in this, so they're talking about the different ones here. So the United States Secretary of State executes non-military and non-homeland security aspects of foreign policy. The U.S. Secretary of State, as the head of the State Department, administers United States embassies and its subsidiary units worldwide. The U.S. Secretary of State currently, it's an old article. Okay, so at the state level, so even though the titles are almost the same, they basically both on their state and federal levels have different jobs to do. So now we're back to your state. So in addition to, at the state level, the Secretary of State is a state government, official in 47 of the 50 states. The plot thickens. 47 of 50. Why not all 50? Check it out. As well as Puerto Rico and other U.S. possessions. In Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, and Virginia, there's your three, The position is called the Secretary of the Commonwealth. Once again, we talked about what are all the ins and outs of a commonwealth fully. Who owns the word? Where does that jurisdiction hail from? That's we're still working on. So if you know, let me know. Okay, so what does the Secretary of State do, though? In addition to acting as record keeper, so if you guys have your records out there, your affidavits and whatever, like we talk about, you're going to want to send it to the Secretary of State. Okay. They also act as a wide range for keeper for a wide range of documents. The Secretary of State serves as the state's chief elections officer. He or she implements electronic filing and internet disclosure of campaigns and lobbyists' financial information. Okay, so how are they involved with business formation? Okay, so when you start a business, whether it's a sole corp, meaning you, basically it means your sole, meaning one person or singular. Partnership, LLC, or corporation, the Secretary of State, sometimes called the Department of State, registers, which means puts into the register. Your information goes into their register, and you become under their authority, and authenticates business entities and trademarks. The state office provides the process, the file, and maintain records related to business entities. New businesses can check business name availability. You can do a business search. See who owns what, who's the registered agent, all that good stuff. If a new business, if there's a key word, if a new business decides to incorporate, he or she, which means you can operate in the private. She must file articles of incorporation with the Secretary of State. The business owner can choose his or her own document or use the forms that they provide. For incorporations in California, the business must also file a statement of information with the Secretary of State as soon as soon after filing the Articles of Incorporation and every year thereafter. That is annoying. On the state level, California, you guys are just DICKs, man. Wow. Not the lovely people who live there, but same. So, what else does the Secretary of State do? Keywords. Walk with me, if you will. In most states, the Secretary of State administers the UCC, the Uniform Commercial Code, a body of laws that governs commercial transactions within the United States. So, does somebody violate their UCC? Better let the Secretary of State know. Oh, yeah. So, the Secretary of State's office also keeps official records and state documents, including the state constitution, legislative acts, executive orders, and regulations and interpretations of statutes. I noticed it didn't say judicial. Anyway, in a few states, the Secretary of State keeps track of civil records such as birth certificates, marriage certificates, and adoption or divorce decrees. In the majority of states, Secretary of State administers notary public officials that can notarize important legal documents depending on the state, duties such as overseeing the state's museums, administering driver's licenses. So when you're sending off your information on closing your file, send it to the Secretary of State. Monitoring lobbyists granting pardons and communications fall into the state of secretary. The Secretary of State office has a wide range of responsibilities for other business owners. This agency provides tools to get your business off the ground. We're into that formation, blah, blah, blah. So there you have it, guys. Now you know exactly what your particular state secretary does. If you don't know, contact them and ask them for a full listing of all job duties, tasks, responsibilities, abilities that can and are being performed by the Secretary of State. And if not, which department you need to contact in order to get something accomplished. So that's why sometimes we have different results, because each different state is going to have a different person who might be in charge of doing your pardons, your driver's license, your whatever else. So that's why when you contact them, don't just send a letter off. Ask them, is this the correct department? And if not, which department or agency do I need to contact in order to get this accomplished? That's it, guys. So now you know what your Secretary of State is. By all means, make sure you guys govern yourselves accordingly. Give a little bit of patience to, some of these low-level functionaries. They just don't know what's going on. And they are yet your fellow countrymen, even though much like various trolls and other naysayers out there, even though we don't like them and they don't care for probably us too much, but that's okay, because we're here to not be belligerent or combatants, but they're the ones who want to attack us. We don't need to attack them. The truth is what it is. And so maybe one day that these fellow currently traitors to the United States of America and Constitution, whether knowingly or unknowingly, directly, indirectly, or whatever else, or maybe they always were against America. But we must hold ourselves accountable and in a proper business manner, even if they besmirch us and whatever else, to which case I don't respond to any emails, so don't bother bothering me. I'm not going to go back and forth, nor with your channel. I don't care. I've seen people use my stuff on their channels, talking this, talking that, good and bad, whatever. I don't care. I'm just here to present information. What you do with it is up to you as far as learning from it, okay? But yet, it's funny because most of them haven't been able to disprove anything, like 99% of it. So there's a difference between living in the public and the private and doing things in the commercial and in the free. We have the ability to go between either of those as we see fit. So that's it, guys. Now you've got the information. Do with it as you see fit. But just remember that not everybody knows information. Govern yourselves accordingly in a proper, dignified manner. And if you have to seek remedy, well, take it up to the higher courts, because as we all know, you're not going to get any remedy in the lower courts. And here's the thing. How can you possibly get remedy? I mean, I suppose you could. Like if you do a tort claim or something directly on the person. Oh, yeah. Don't forget. Just because as a 14th Amendment U.S. citizen, and this channel is not for 14th Amendment U.S. citizens, it's only for U.S. national state citizens, American nationals, and private diplomats like myself. So if you are wronged by these people, as a 14th Amendment U.S. citizen, you can't sue another 14th Amendment U.S. citizen or something higher up in the government because, well, you're on their status. And as a citizen, that means you're a slave or citus, which you should be using non-citus. But citus means to be of the city state. Okay, so it's kind of like trying to sue your parents. Although I guess technically now you can for some things. People have been doing it. Is what it is. But in general, you can't legally. Lawfully, though, yes, you can go after them with a tort or whatever else for their damages and things of that nature. Or if you want to get all of them, bring them all together under RICO. They all work together and take them to a federal district court. That's it. Supreme Court's going to be a little harder to get into. They only take about 70 some odd cases. But the next court underneath that is the district, and that's where you're going to find your equity and your remedy for those people who are nationals. So that's it, guys. Take care of yourselves. Go have a great day and stay healthy, wise, woke, aware. If it's cold where you are, warm, and always pursue knowledge. I'll talk to you guys later. Badwolf's out. Don't forget to hit that bell, like, subscribe. Talk to you later. Awkward.